One. Hello and welcome to Full Throttle. Usually we don't do a part two, but today is a very special episode because we have Morton and Nicole with us to talk about their dog racing. So how
Yep.
you guys doing, first of all?
We're doing well. How about yourself, Justin?
Oh, can't complain.
Yeah.
So talk for starters, talk to me about her life before racing. Have you guys seen her change in her demeanor as parents and stuff?
So yeah, Quinlan's always been outgoing and competitive. She's always sort of had um, a need for speed. So we purchased her a go-kart and a dirt bike. We did a lot of indoor karting at Speedway Indoor Karting close to us. She joined a go-kart league, and it just kind of took off from there. We follow our good friend's son, Trey McGranahan, 410 wing sprint and non-wing racer. She wanted to uh, get rough and rowdy on the dirt and pavement. And we kind of started, with the quarter midget um, entry last season. Well, this last season in 2024. But she's always been competitive by nature. So this has just been a good outlet for her. Um, yeah, she had a lot of fun. She's having a lot of fun.
Yeah. And Dad, do you have anything to add to what your wife just said?
Yeah, so as she mentioned, outgoing, need for speed. If it's available, she'll try to drive it. So um, she's made a lot of friends. The racing community here locally, and actually statewide, is great. We've met a lot of nice people. She's made a lot of friends and a lot of knowledge, a lot of more introducing herself and just being forced to be outgoing with, we need sponsorships. So we have a couple of sponsors on board and Freeman Signs, Scotty's Tires.
Nick
Uh,
Hamilton.
and yeah, and we were at the Rumble this past weekend, and Nick Hamilton, who is a racer here in Indiana, he sold T-shirts, and then the proceeds went to one of the quarter midget drivers at the Rumble in Fort Wayne, and Quinlan was selected. So Nick Hamilton Racing is now a sponsor as well.
Wow. So talk to us about your involvement in her young racing career. Dad, you probably build the race car and mom just kind of what does mom do?
So a lot of the folks there at the racetrack will laugh because Nicole's probably more involved than any other mom out there.
Oh, a lot of moms are involved.
We call her the team manager. So not only does she help me set the car up, she also takes all the notes and all of the information down and makes sure that we have that so that we can refer to it. So she's a big help. It's uh it's been a challenge for me. I have to keep up with the driver's talent as far as setting up the car, and there was a big part of this season where the driver's talent was ahead of my setting up the car skills.
But we've had a lot of help. Troy McGranahan, which is Trey McGranahan's dad, has kind of dove a little deep into when Trey was racing quarter midgets. So he throws a lot of advice, help, critiquing our way. He is our right hand man in this whole entire operation. We also use Jimmy Phelps, who works for Competition Suspension Shocks. He's very helpful when it comes to the shocks on the quarter midget. Brian Gossley with Second Shift Motorsports. He's throwing information our way as well because we're so green to this as parents. We didn't know anything about quarter midget racing back in March. So we've come leaps and bounds, but we've had a lot of help and a lot of support for this mission. Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness. And Nicole, so when your daughter gets behind the wheel, does that mom instinct kind of kick in, say, is she going to be okay? It,
Yeah, so yeah, I was not okay at first with all of I was always okay with wanting her to do this. But my mama bear instincts did kick in. The first few races, I've come a long way. Safety equipment was our biggest part of our racing budget. I work in healthcare, so her being safe behind that wheel was always our first priority. Um, Shout out to Simpson Race Products because they make, her helmet, her Hans. We've got the best of the best. For her, we use Sharp Advantage for her seat. Safety is the number one priority, but I've chilled a little bit. I can actually enjoy races now without being fearful of the what ifs. There is always that fear, but I've gotten much better about it. My anxiety has decreased tremendously. So yeah, as a mom, yeah, it was tough at first.
and let's see. I bet you can guess what my next question for you is, Dad. How's Dad's news?
So it's my job to make the car go fast, but every time before I send her out, I tell her to be safe, and you'll catch me saying a little prayer before every race. Watching racing is one thing, but when it's your daughter in the car, or even when Trey's in the car, it can be nerve wracking for sure.
Yeah. So, but no, I thank you for allowing me to dive into your family history of racing, and hopefully we can do more as it gets older.
Yeah, thanks
More,
for having Quinlyn and thanks for having us. And we hope that we can pique the interest of other parents with children and get them into the quarter midget world because it's a good time. It's fun.
yeah. This has been Full Follow. Goodbye, everyone.